Hello there, social media world. Right, I'm drinking that this morning. Winter edition Red Bull Fiji Apple Ginger. Ginger! I like ginger! I want ginger! No, I really do like ginger actually. Aye, a ginger shot in them. I think it was turmeric or berry, but I used to always have that before I started work. I would go to Asda, buy the wee shot, that much, about £2.50 or £3, and then just before I went out of the staff room to start work, I would down it. Aye. Anyway, I'm trying Bell's 3, but there's one left. 3 chilli Scotch pies made in Scotland. But, disclaimer here first, right, that they are nowhere near as good as if you get them at butchers. Because frozen ones have so much oil on them. The top has got so much oil. I need to dab it with a kitchen towel. These remind me of the ones I used to get when I was really young at farm foods, and when you put them in the oven, but I did them in the air fryer. I've done this one in the air fryer for 27 minutes. But anyway, I remember, I remember when I was younger, you would take them in the oven and they would have about that much oil all around them and on the tray. Right, when I tried them on Thursday, they were nothing to write home about at all. I mean, they're slightly better than the normal ones, but if you're going to buy a Scotch pie, I would get them fresh from a butcher's, or get them chilled ones. Didn't get the frozen ones. I'm never getting them ever again. It was £2.50 for 3. I've let it cool down for more than 5 minutes though, but I've kept it warm in the air fryer. Oh, it's so really hot. Oh, absolutely boiling. Oh. Right. The difference between a frozen one and a fresh one that you can get out of butchers, or especially when I go to Broxburn Athletic Football Club, is that it just tastes so much fresher, no oil, and the meat tastes better and fresher. I mean, if you didn't really like fatty, unhealthy food, you only like these Bell chilli and Scotch pies. Good for the price though, but the flavour's no there though. But definitely, as I said, traditionally it's a Scottish thing, the Scotch pie, because they must put a tiny wee hole in the top, let the meat solidify, and then put a bit of oil in it to preserve it. I think that's what they do with a pork pie. But oh, what's this coming along? Wait. Never heard it, the Bishop's Wife. Anyway, thingy was on before it, Deadly 60. Anyway, right. So, it tastes, I don't know why, but it does taste slightly better than when I had it on Thursday. Anyway, right, so, as I was saying there, but I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, Scotch pies and pork pies. Pork pies, for what they are and what they taste like, they are massively overrated. I do not know why people like pork pies, because when you traditionally get them, they're normally cold and they're horrible, because they didn't taste anything really. I think traditionally you're supposed to have them in a picnic with some either dill pickle or piccalilli. Aye. Yeah. But I didn't like piccalilli. I like caramelised red onion chutney, and I like Branston pickle, but I didn't like piccalilli. I think it's just like very, very thin sliced vegetables that are marinated in like a spicy, like yellowy vinegar, I think it is. Aye, but I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. Or my hands. Aye. Right, anyway, I'm just going to flip that over that side so I can put a bit of salt on it. It does need something else to give it just a tiny bit more oomph. Like, you could do with just slathering a wee bit of barbecue sauce on it, but definitely needs salt. That's better. Right, anyway. God, the air fryer's kept it warm for so long. Right, anyway, so that's what I would recommend you do. Put it in between 25 and 27 minutes, and as soon as it beeps in the air fryer, leave it in there for at least 3 or 4 minutes. Just to cool down a bit, but it'll still keep warm. Because if you take it straight away and try and eat it, you'll be blowing on it for ages, or you'd have to cut it straight down the middle to hurry up and cool down. And it says cook from frozen. If you were going to do it in the oven though, it would take 30 to 35 minutes, but only 27 minutes in the air fryer. Because I reckon that everything in the world that has a oven temperature, you just reduce it by at least maybe 4 or 5 minutes in the air fryer. But the only thing is though, I've noticed definitely, like with chips or chicken nuggets, air fryers don't keep them hot for as long as the oven does. But then you have to wait so much longer in the oven. At least 7 minutes longer to cook something in the oven, because you need to let the oven come up to temperature, but the air fryer only takes about 1.5 minutes to get to temperature, and they're so much more economical, easier. Well, aye, they're easy to use, and they don't take up as much space. So basically, and in essence, I would say that an air fryer, about 3.5 air fryers is the equivalent to a standard like oven and hob thing. Aye. So I reckon that the modern household could do with an oven, and even cooking a full English breakfast in there. Well, apart from a fried egg actually. You'd probably have to do the fried egg in the microwave. Aye, because I actually tried to do a fried egg in the air fryer once, but it never worked out. Because after about 4 minutes, it was still absolutely runny and raw. It didn't even go white. It was strange. Strangey. I suppose you could do a boiled egg in there, but it would take forever. Well, it wouldn't be a boiled egg because there'd be nothing around it boiling. It would be like a air fryered egg. Anyway, but I sort of like I sort of wouldn't and would recommend one of them, but as I said, I get them fresh rather than frozen, because there's far too much oil that comes off of them. All that sort of sogginess that you can see on the top there is oil. And when you get past the initial like chilli, there's no other flavour. That chilli just slightly overpowers the meat in my opinion. But anyway, don't take my word for it. Try it and see what you think. Right. Bye. Bye.